Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Breaking news this evening. Fargo police need your help finding a missing man. Charles Brian Danielson was last seen on Friday, August 3rd. Danielson is a 45-year-old white man. He is 5'11", 180 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. Police say he was last seen in the 100 block of 22nd Street South. He was wearing a dark-colored RDO hat, a blue T-shirt with white lettering, jeans, and brown flip-flops. The vehicle he has access to is a white 1997 Dodge Grand Caravan with North Dakota plates 089 BTL. You can call dispatch at the number on your screen or your local law enforcement if you have any information. Bail is set at $5,000 for a woman accused of attacking 2 Moorhead police officers. Michelle Beth Swenson is charged with 2 counts of assault on a peace officer and disorderly conduct. The assault charges are felonies. Moorhead police say they were called to a North Moorhead bar Friday night after reports Swenson was yelling at the bar staff. Police told her to leave, but she refused, so they removed her from the bar, and that's when, they say, she attacked them. Her next court appearance is set for the end of this month. If you are looking for rain, today might be your best bet. We saw a little this morning, but how about this evening?
Well, we do have some showers and rumbles of thunder moving through west central portions of Minnesota, and a few are firing along a boundary between the Red River Valley and the central part of North Dakota. Here is a look at the radar as we take you in just a little bit closer. The showers and storms are exiting our southern counties in the Grant County area, but you can see a few thunder showers working their way through southeast North Dakota as we go through the evening. The rest of us quite dry, and in fact, because we might see some clearing in the FM area, temperatures likely will go up a couple of degrees as we go through the early evening hours. We're only in the mid-70s. If you like temperatures like this, get out and enjoy tonight. 70s through around the 9 o'clock hour, then cooling off into the 60s. The forecast for the rest of the 7-day period looks extremely warm. I'll have the sizzling details, Andrea, here in a few moments.
All right, thanks, Hutch. It happens when the weather warms up. Thieves making off with bikes. It happened to several West Fargo neighbors, so they posted about it on social media. Valley News Team's Rose Itzkovitz went to several neighborhoods in both West Fargo and Fargo to find out whether we're seeing a higher case of stolen bikes than usual this year.
You know, he would go bike riding and he bought it with his own money. He didn't get any help from me, so it meant a lot to him. He was pretty devastated, as well as I was when it got taken.
This Osgood neighbor says her son's bike was stolen 2 years ago, even though it was locked up at his job close to home. Now his mother says he's more careful than ever.
A better lock was purchased, but he still doesn't feel comfortable riding it to work. Now he just walks to work.
And this may be the latest trend we're seeing here in the FM area. People erring on the side of caution and not taking any chances. Carla Miller had her purse stolen right from under her nose a couple years back.
In the morning, sometime I was sound asleep, and somebody walked right into my house, took my purse, and walked out the other door.
Now the Fargo grandma keeps everything, bikes included, on lockdown.
We got a security system, and we just make sure everything's put away and locked up.
According to the Fargo PD, the number of stolen bikes this year may reflect this. So far, I'm told 58 bikes were reported as either lost, found, or stolen this summer, significantly less than the past few years.
The last 2 years, there's 87 in this time frame.
Schindeldecker says it's hard to know exactly why fewer bikes have been reported stolen this year.
I would like to hope that it's because less bicycles are actually being stolen from people, but it could also be affected by the factor that some people might not report them.
But many neighbors I spoke with say as a whole, they're being more careful.
I think parents are getting more aware, and they're just putting things inside. And maybe they're teaching their kids to take better care of their stuff also.
Rose Itzkovitz, Valley News Live.
Both the Fargo and West Fargo police departments tell us it is important to report a stolen bike immediately, even if it's not registered. But you can find links to easily register personal property by heading to our website, valleynewslive.com, and clicking on this story. A man who previously served time for child exploitation has been sentenced to 30 years in federal prison for child pornography crimes. 33-year-old Jason Jorgensen of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, was caught receiving and distributing child porn from his home after the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children tipped off Homeland Security. Jorgensen was indicted in May 2017 and pleaded guilty this past April. Jorgensen had been released from prison in September 2016 after serving a 4-year sentence for a child exploitation conviction. A 12-year-old girl was grabbed from behind while walking on a gravel road through the parking lot at the Freeborn County Fair in Albert Lea, Minnesota. The man told her, "Keep walking and nobody will get hurt." A woman yelled at the man to leave the girl alone. He took off and the girl was able to get away. The Freeborn County Sheriff's Office says the incident happened around 9 Saturday night, and the girl approached deputies patrolling the fairgrounds at about 9:55 and told them what happened. CBS spoke with parents out at the fair with their kids the next day.
It was just kind of that instant panic, like, oh my goodness, this is happening here.
Amy Schumacher is at the fair all week with her kids camping out for 4-H events.
When that happens, I think even, the teenagers are like, oh my goodness, this is happening here. This really could happen to me or a friend of mine or someone we know.
Another mom, Jenna Thompson, tells me the incident is a harrowing reminder that a parent's worst nightmare can happen anywhere.
Really hitting home because, and there's always been the awareness throughout the years of having my children, but it's like to have it actually happen here in my hometown.
Both Schumacher and Thompson tell me they did talk to their kids about last night's attempted abduction.
I did right away, yeah.
Yeah, we have talked about it. We talked about it this morning.
And it's a conversation they say they've had before to help keep their kids safe.
Always staying in groups and never being alone.
Just really the reality of it, that it really does happen, and to always be aware of your surroundings and really not to venture off alone, to always have those same awarenesses at any age. It doesn't matter what age you are.
We have check-ins about every 30 minutes.
And while the Freeborn County Fair is ending tonight, these moms think their kids always need to be ready.
They need to be able to be aware of their surroundings and to kind of know what to look for in a way that I didn't necessarily have to be aware of when I was younger. This isn't the same world that it was 20, 30 years ago.
The Freeborn County Sheriff's Office says the suspect is described as a man with an abnormally deep voice, wearing dark shoes with white laces. The identity of the woman who yelled at him to stop is not known. Authorities have released the name of the woman who died in a house explosion in Wahpeton over the weekend. Officials have confirmed to Valley News Live that 84-year-old Mavis Onchuk of Wahpeton died. 2 others were hurt, 22-year-old Cole DeFries and 25-year-old Danielle Fowler of Wahpeton. The explosion happened at a farm along the Wild Rice River around 9:40 Saturday morning. Many different fire agencies were on the scene for several hours. Authorities are still investigating the cause. A man is injured after an SUV came crashing into a restaurant in St. Paul. It happened at the Tongue-in-Cheek restaurant on the east side of the city. St. Paul police say 2 vehicles were involved. One of them, a silver sedan, was waiting to make a left-hand turn, and when it did, an SUV coming the opposite direction had to swerve to get out of the way, running right into the restaurant. Police say a person was hit in the process and has minor injuries. Both of the drivers were given tickets. If you have a garden that is overflowing with produce and you need a way to get rid of it, Veggies for the Pantry can take it off your hands. Every Monday until the end of October, Veggies for the Pantry is setting up 5 different drop-off locations throughout the FM area. The produce is then distributed to 3 different local food pantries, like the Emergency Food Pantry. Veggies for the Pantry is a program to help combat hunger in our communities and provide families with healthy options.
A lot of folks don't eat the recommended amount of fruits and vegetables, and getting a wide variety of fresh, locally grown foods in your diets contributes to a healthy diet and a healthy lifestyle.
For more on how you can donate to Veggies for the Pantry, head to our website and click on this story.